Hello everyone, welcome to Mr. Rich channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how I started trading with just $5 and grew it into thousands of dollars, all using a unique strategy I personally developed. This is not just another basic method. I call it the compounding strategy by Mr. Rich, a highly accurate trading system that has been tested across different markets and time frames, delivering nearly 100% accuracy when executed with full discipline. This strategy is not available to the public, and until now, I've only shared it exclusively within my VIP group. But today, for the first time, I'll demonstrate it live on the market, so you can see exactly how it works, in real time. Why is this strategy so powerful? It doesn't rely on luck or intuition. It's based on clear technical confirmation and structured execution. It combines trend analysis, precise entry timing, and a controlled aggressive compounding system. The result? Maximum profit with measured risk, even from a very small starting balance. If you're tired of overcomplicated indicators, inconsistent signals, or trading blindly, this might just be the strategy that changes your approach forever. Watch this video until the end. I'll show you live trades, real analysis, and real profits using this premium method. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell, because I'll continue sharing elite level trading strategies here, only for serious traders. And if you want to learn this complete system, you can join my VIP club, absolutely free, just by following a few simple conditions. Details are in the description. Okay, I decided to open a buy position on this market. And of course, not without reason. If we observe closely, the overall trend is clearly moving upward. This is confirmed by the green and yellow moving average lines both curving sharply upward, indicating strong buying pressure. On top of that, the MACD also confirms the signal, as both MACD lines are pointing upward, showing a bullish momentum building up. And to strengthen this confirmation even more, we can see a Marubozu candle has appeared, which signals strong buyer dominance with very little seller resistance. With this combination of a clear trend direction, confirmation from two technical indicators, and a strong candlestick formation, I had no hesitation entering a buy position. Now let's see the result. Okay, as expected, this trade gave us another solid profit. Let's move on to the next market and look for the next compounding opportunity using the same method. Okay, I decided to open a sell position on this market, and the reason is very clear and solid. First, we can clearly see that the market is experiencing a sharp downtrend. This is not just based on price action alone, but also strongly supported by all the moving average lines, all lines sloping steeply downward, which shows complete dominance from the sellers. With this kind of setup, there are no valid reversal signals, and the price is most likely to continue falling. Okay, just as expected. This sell position was a success and delivered solid profit. Let's move on to the next market and look for more opportunities using this powerful compounding strategy. Okay, I've decided to enter a buy position on this market for several strong reasons. First, the latest candle clearly shows a potential upward move. More importantly, we see a large green candle which signals strong buying pressure taking over the market. Additionally, the moving average lines are starting to point upward, which gives us further confirmation that a bullish move is likely to continue. Alright, just as expected, this buy position hit profit. Now let's move on and open the next market to spot more trading opportunities using our compounding strategy. Okay, I entered a buy position on this market based on several strong technical reasons. First, this area acts as a major support zone, which often leads to price reversals. Second, we clearly see a hammer candlestick forming right at support, a classic indication of a possible bullish reversal. Most importantly, there's a crossover forming on the moving average indicator, where the green line is crossing above the yellow line. That's an early confirmation that an upward trend is likely to follow. Let's see. Will this trade end in profit or not? All right, just as expected, our buy position closed in profit. This proves that when we align support structure, candlestick patterns, and moving average signals, we can capture high-quality entries with much greater accuracy. All right, I opened a buy position in this market after carefully observing a rather unusual structure. The market is currently in a sideways or consolidation phase. While the price movement may seem directionless at first glance, if we examine more closely, one key detail stands out. This area is a strong support level that has been tested multiple times previously. What makes this setup even more convincing is the appearance of a hammer candlestick pattern that formed right at the support zone. In technical analysis, a hammer at support is a reliable early signal of a potential bullish reversal, indicating that buyers are starting to fight back against the prior selling pressure. Combining a strong structural support level with a clear reversal signal, I decided to confidently enter a buy position. Let's see now. Will this trade end in profit? All right, it turned out to be a perfect profit. This proves that even in sideways market conditions, you can still find high-quality opportunities if you know how to read the structures and recognize signals with discipline. Let's move on and open the next market to continue applying this compounding strategy. All right, I opened a sell position in this market because, based on technical analysis, the trend direction is clearly moving downward. First, we can see that a bearish crossover has occurred on the moving averages, where the MA lines have crossed downward. This is an early indication of strong bearish momentum developing. Second, if we take a closer look, there's a visible gap between two candles, which often suggests a high-pressure sell-off. A gap like this typically marks the beginning of a sharp downward movement, signaling that buyers were unable to hold the price at previous levels. Third, the MACD histogram is fully dominated by expanding red bars, which further confirms that bearish pressure is intensifying and continuous. With the combination of a bearish MA crossover, the appearance of a gap, and strong red histogram bars, I confidently entered a sell position in this market. All right, it's a solid profit. This confirms that when you read technical signals with precision and discipline, you can capture strong moves even in fast-moving markets. Now, let's move on to the next market and apply this strategy again with full focus and confidence. All right, I'm opening a sell position in this market because it's clearly in a strong downtrend, as confirmed by multiple technical indicators. Let's break down the reasons. First, all of the moving averages line are sharply angled downward, which indicates strong bearish momentum. When all MA lines are aligned to the downside, it signals consistency in price weakness. Second, the MACD indicator also confirms this bearish bias, with both lines crossing down and spreading apart, a classic sign of increasing downside momentum. Third, the candles are mostly red and dominant, with long bodies and little to no lower wicks, showing heavy selling pressure. With this combination of technical confirmations, I confidently entered a sell position, riding the trend rather than going against it. Let's see the result. And yes, this position ended in a solid profit. This is the power of disciplined trading using confirmation-based strategies. No guessing, just data-backed decisions. Alright, I placed a sell position in this market based on a very clear technical reason. The main reason is that the price touched a strong resistance level, a zone that has previously rejected price multiple times. This resistance is not just a horizontal line, it's a level backed by previous price action and visible weakening of bullish momentum. Typically, when price reaches a resistance level without strong bullish continuation, a reversal or pullback is highly probable. So, I entered a sell at that point. And as we can see, the market dropped and the trade closed in profit. This is a great example of how understanding key resistance zones can lead to low-risk, high-accuracy trades. Let's open the next market and search for another opportunity. Alright, I entered a buy position in this market based on several strong technical confirmations. First, I noticed that the market is showing clear signs of a trend reversal from bearish to bullish. The initial signal came from a doji candle with a long lower wick, indicating that buyers are starting to push back against sellers. Second, the following candle had a strong bullish body and managed to close above the green moving average line, which is a key indicator of potential upward momentum. Third, a third candle also closed above the MA, further confirming that the market is trying to establish a new bullish structure. To add even more confidence, I saw that the MACD histogram started to rise above the zero line, signaling growing bullish momentum. With all of these confirmations, I confidently placed a buy order at this level. And as we can see, the result is a profit. Let's open the next market and look for another opportunity. Attention! You need to understand, the strategy I've shown you in this video is not an ordinary method. This is part of my premium strategy, and I only teach it in full inside the VIP group. There are a lot of so-called profitable strategies out there, but this one has been personally tested and proven by me over the years, and it can reach up to 100% accuracy under certain market conditions. So if you're serious about learning and mastering this strategy the right way, the only way is to join my VIP group. Alright, I decided to enter a buy position in this market after observing several key technical factors. First, I noticed that the most recent candle failed to break down strongly and instead formed a doji with a long lower wick. This indicates that buyers are stepping in and rejecting the previous bearish pressure. Second, I recognize that this area is a strong support level, which is often a critical turning point in market structure. That said, I'll be honest, the overall direction of this market looks uncertain, possibly ranging or moving sideways. Still, relying on my experience and trust in candlestick behavior and support zones, I decided to go ahead with a buy position. This is part of a disciplined yet adaptive trading strategy. And the result? Another profit as usual. Let's open the next market and continue our compounding journey. Alright, my current analysis remains similar to the previous setup. The market is still showing no clear direction. Price movement is mostly sideways, and there's no strong signal yet of a solid downtrend or an upcoming bullish reversal. However, there is a small resistance zone in this area that could act as a decision point. If the price fails to break through this resistance, it might bounce back down. Based on that potential bounce and the candlestick structure around this zone, I decided to go for a sell position, anticipating a possible downward move from this minor resistance level. And yes, another profitable trade. Let's keep the momentum going and open the next market opportunity. Alright, in this market I decided to enter a sell position. The main reason is quite clear. I noticed an upcoming crossover on the MACD indicator, which is often a strong signal of a trend reversal, When the Murray CD line starts approaching and preparing to cross below the signal line, it suggests that the bullish momentum is fading and sellers are gaining control. If the crossover completes properly, it's usually followed by a steady or even sharp decline in price, depending on the volume and market pressure. So, I took an early sell position before the crossover fully formed to secure a better entry point. Okay, let's see. And yes, another profit secured. Let's continue and open the next market using the same strategy with discipline. Alright, in this market I decided to enter a buy position, and this decision is based on two solid technical confirmations. First, I observed that the last two candles have successfully closed above the green moving average line, which typically indicates that price action has broken through dynamic resistance, often a sign that buyers are gaining control. Second, looking at the MACD indicator, specifically the histogram, we can see that the green bars are growing larger, signaling increasing bullish momentum. With these two confirmations, a clean breakout above the moving average and strengthening green histogram, I confidently opened a buy position at this level. Let's see the result together. And yes, another profit successfully secured. Now, let's open the next market and continue our compounding strategy with full discipline. Alright, in this market, I decided to go for a sell position, and this decision comes from a clear and disciplined technical analysis. First, the market is clearly showing a strong downtrend, with consecutive red candles dominating the chart and no significant bullish candle to slow down the momentum. Second, if we look closely, not a single candle managed to close above the green moving average line. This is a critical sign that the dynamic resistance formed by the MA is still holding strong, preventing price from climbing further, which means the selling pressure is still dominant. So based on these two solid confirmations, a continued bearish trend and the inability of candles to close above the MA, I confidently entered a sell trade. Let's watch how it turns out. And yes, another profitable sell position. Let's move on to the next market and keep applying this compounding strategy with precision and discipline. Alright, I've decided to take a buy position in this market, and the reason is clearly visible through the candlestick pattern. The last two candles that formed are Marubozu candles, which are full-bodied candles with almost no wicks. This is a strong signal that buyers are currently dominating the market, pushing the price up aggressively without any significant resistance from sellers. Marubozu candles are often early indicators of a strong bullish trend, especially when they appear after a period of consolidation or a minor pullback. With two consecutive Marubozu candles forming, I've received strong confirmation that buying pressure is solid, and this is the perfect time to enter a buy position. Now let's see if the strategy works out. And yes, we've landed another profitable position. Let's open the next market and continue applying this strategy with full discipline. Alright, I entered a buy position in this market based on a strong technical signal, a crossover on the MACD indicator. When the MACD line crosses above the signal line, it suggests that bullish momentum is beginning to build and that the trend may be reversing to the upside. This crossover is one of the most trusted momentum signals used by professional traders, as it reflects a shift in market dominance from sellers to buyers. With this signal confirmed, I took the opportunity to enter a buy trade, confident that the price has a strong potential to rise. Let's see if the strategy plays out. And yes, it's another profitable position. Let's move on to the next market and keep applying this strategy with sharp analysis and discipline. Alright, that's it for today's trading session. I'm stopping here because I've already exceeded my profit target, and I don't want to risk unnecessary losses due to overtrading. Today, I made over $82,000 in profit using nothing but my personal compounding strategy. As you saw, this strategy only relies on two powerful indicators, MACD and moving average. And when used with full discipline, it can generate extraordinary results. If you want to learn this strategy in full detail, I invite you to join my VIP group. Inside, you'll get access to 100% accurate trading, bot one-on-one mentorship with me, daily trading, signals, complete education materials, private community of serious traders. All of this is available to you completely free just by following a few simple steps. Check the full details in the video description. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, because I'll keep sharing high-level strategies exclusively for serious and dedicated traders. See you in the next video. Stay profitable. Mr. Rich signing out.